Hey, welcome, Cassandra, West Virginia. Thanks for joining.
All right, thanks. All right, hi everybody, how are you? My name is Cassandra. I am the regional recruiter from WVU. I am located in New Jersey and take care of Northern New Jersey, New York, Connecticut, and New England. Jack, you want to go?
Hi, everybody. My name is Jackie Gress. I'm an Associate Director of Admissions. I am the regional recruiter for Southern New Jersey, Southeastern Pennsylvania, and the state of Delaware. And I'm actually here to support Cassie, because I believe that these students are all from your territory, but
Probably.
up to.
So we're going to start with just going over some interesting things about our school, the application process, and then you'll have our contact information. So if you have any questions after this presentation, please feel free to reach out. We're going to just start with some pictures of our campus, and then we'll start with our school.
So I guess, is there a chat? Let me just see.
Yeah, there's a chat, and then there's like a Q&A too.
Okay, so I just want to change this. Oh, okay, so all panelists and attendees. I just was wondering, has anybody visited WVU or the state of West Virginia? You can feel free to turn on your cameras if you want to, but you do not have to. Or you can write in the chat, or you can just turn on your microphones if you want to chime in. Has anybody visited WVU yet? If you don't know where we're located, we are located in Morgantown, West Virginia. We're about an hour and 15 minutes south of Pittsburgh. So a lot of times people think about, where we're located, and they think we're more on the Beckley side where our other campus is located, and Kaiser is very close, a lot closer to your area than the Beckley campus. So we are around the state, in the state of West Virginia. We're a university system. Yep. 3 campuses: Morgantown, Beckley, Kaiser. The Morgantown campus, like I said, is in north central West Virginia. We have 28,000 students on our campus and over 340 majors. Beckley is a smaller institute of technology, and they have about 1,300 students and 40 majors. And Kaiser is also known as Potomac State College, part of our system, 1,400 students and 50 majors. Each campus has its own personality. Morgantown is the bigger D1 institution, flagship university. Okay, so like I said, we're just south of Pittsburgh. And who are our students? So we have over 27,000 students with the 21,000 undergrads. We represent all 50 states and all 55 counties in West Virginia. And we have more than 2,300 international students. So keep that in mind. I would say from where we're located, there is a nice bit of diversity. We consider our diversity rate at 13% right now, and that's a couple thousand students. We are a large D1 institution, so when students are asked, what's your favorite part about WVU or our alumni, usually in the top, I would say 3 to 5, is that everybody fits in. There is a place for everyone, all types of religions, we'll talk about that later, all types of socioeconomic statuses are on our campus, and ethnicities. So it's a really cool place to be. You'll find your place at WVU. And with that being said, 51% are from out of state. I know a lot of people think that most of our population is in state, but that's not the case. It's about split.
So this is what our campus is like. We are one large campus, and we're divided into 3 sections. So we have our medical area, which is where our health science is going to be. The stadium is over there, and the Reba Memorial Hospital. Then we have our Evansdale area of campus, where we have our engineering program, our arts program, some housing options are over there. The student recreation center is there, and the student health services. And then the downtown area, which is the yellow circle, is where you'll find another student activities area. You'll find access to the downtown Morgantown, the business schools over there, the Everly College of Art and Science, and some housing options. So you'll see that yellow route is what the PRT is going to travel from one stop to another, and we'll have some more info on that. So these are just some of the opportunities on each area of campus. Students can be on the downtown campus for some of their classes, or on the Evansdale, or they'll go back and forth between the two. Both campuses have libraries, housing. They have a student union where you can go and get something from the bookstore, get something to eat, some coffee, some snacks, whatever it is you might want to do. There's classes on both areas of campus. Like I said, the downtown area is walking distance to the downtown Morgantown area and the alumni centers over there. The Evansdale area, of course, has the Evansdale Crossings, the student recreation, the intramural sports fields are over there, and then the Creative Arts Center. So each campus is a little unique. Evansdale is a little bit spread out with more updated facilities, but the downtown area has more of that authentic beauty with the brick buildings and, of course, downtown Morgantown. So this is the PRT that I mentioned before. There's 5 spots. It goes all the way through campus and then back again. So this is one of the options for students to get from point A to point B on campus. Some of the information about our campus in general is that you can walk the campus. It's about 2.5 miles around. We have the Mountain Line transit for students that they can ride for free, and they can get around the Morgantown area and campus, and then the PRT spot. We also have emergency poles. There's 29 of them that have a 2-minute response time max. We have a text alert service for students, faculty, and parents, and then we also have a safe app. So we do have a very safe campus. It's very well lit. There are always people everywhere, so there's a lot of security around knowing that you're somewhere, you're on campus, the downtown area is away from there, so you're going to be mixing with mostly WVU students. So these are some of the colleges and schools that you'll see between those few areas of campus. We have a School of Medicine, Nursing, and Pharmacy. The Eberly College of Art and Science is where you're going to find that biology, chemistry, biochemistry, psychology, sociology, and everything in between. We have a great engineering program. We have a physical activity and sports science, a Davis College of Agriculture and Natural Resources, a business school, a law school, media, public health, dentistry, education, and creative arts. So we do have 14 different colleges for you to pick from, and there's over 340 different majors that you can put together between these colleges. Some of the unique majors for our school that kind of stand out would be our forensic and investigative science program. Now we have forensics chemistry, forensics biology, and forensics examiner. We have aerospace engineering. We have immunology and medical microbiology. We have neuroscience, biochemistry, and we have a number of 3+3 law tracks for students to finish their law school in 6 years. Sports psychology, sports and adventure media, health and well-being, art, technical history, fashion, dress, and merchandising, wood science, technology, and interactive design for media. So these are just a small sample of the majors that we have, and these are the ones that kind of stand out a little bit for just being a little bit different and unique to WVU. So to get involved on our campus, there's a number of things that students can do. Not only can you work on campus, but you can also get involved in over 485 different student organizations. They range from being focused on your majors. Maybe if you're in the business school, you want to get involved in a program that's going to help you learn more about business, meet some people, and network. We have religious focus groups, service focus, professional focus, sports and recreation. So things like competitive golf and non-competitive golf, kickboxing and dance. There's also things like culture and international groups. And then we have, of course, Greek life at our school. So all of these programs are designed to help you stay engaged on campus, meet some people, and do some fun things. So some of the resources on campus that we have is we do have a career center. So if you ever needed anything, if you needed to go and talk to someone, or if you needed to learn, if you needed some help with any kind of study skill or wellness, you could go there. We have a wellness WVU program, student employment. We have writing centers, tutoring centers, accessibility services. We also have a math center. So if you're in maybe a STEM heavy program and you want to make sure that you don't fall behind, you can certainly get some extra help. We also have something called MindFit, which is great for students who might need some additional resources to really master their study skills, their stress management, and things of that nature. We have a RISE WVU and first generation programming, and of course, a career center on campus. So some of the opportunities for you to get involved on campus that are outside of just student orgs and what your major has to offer are some of these programs. So we have the Handshake program, which can help you find a job on campus. A few other things like our Inside Out Prison Exchange are specific for our forensic students. You'll see we have some engineering co-op opportunities in student services. Our Chambers College of Business Economics has their own career center. We have crime homes for our forensic students to go and they can interact and engage with other students and kind of solve some crimes that we have set up there. We have our CPAS students can do internships with the athletic department. We have our performing arts theaters, a planetarium, and we have 2 working farms where students can work as well. So you can also see that we have a greenhouse, a forest research center, Adventure West Virginia for students who want to get involved with hiking, camping, canoeing, mountain biking, and things of that nature. It's run through our rec center. Our Ruby Memorial Hospital is a level 1 trauma center. So a lot of our pre-med students and medical students got an opportunity to get hands-on experience. And then of course our Health Science Center, which provides a number of labs and a human cadaver lab, a pre-health development office. So lots of resources for students that are specific to what they want to do when they leave WVU. We also are R1 for research. So students are welcome to get involved in research as early as their freshman year. We have research for all 14 different colleges and departments on our campus. So you don't have to work in a STEM program to do research. There's a number of opportunities for students to get involved. And we also have study abroad. There's over 50 countries that students will go to. Some of them go to a specific country based on their major, like our business school and our fashion, dress, and merchandising. But there's a number of opportunities for students to go for a few weeks, a semester, or even a year. And then this is just some of the information on our research that we have available. We usually have about 880 undergrad students participate in research. We have a number of scholars that participate. There are 3 different programs available. There's a summer program, an apprenticeship program, and an honors program for students. And we have a number of different projects, like I said. So we have a whole website dedicated to undergrad research. So if this is something that you're interested in, I definitely recommend jumping on that website and looking at what's been done, what they're working on now, and then how you can get involved. So we are also really big with traditions. If you know anyone from back at home that maybe is an alumni, you might know that they're pretty passionate about WVU. We always sing the John Denver Country Roads after a victory. We also have the Mountaineer, which is our mascot. It's a real person dressed up, not nothing with like a head on dancing around the field, but this has been something that we've had since 1934. Each year they do like a voting for students to pick the next Mountaineer, which is really great. Our pepperoni rolls are a staple food down in West Virginia, so definitely something to try when you get down to visit. And in the past, we've always done our Mountaineer Week to celebrate West Virginia with music, storytelling, crafts, and events on campus. This week it's going to be a little bit different, but we were able to kind of look at that today, and it's definitely going to be engaging. And hopefully moving forward, we'll get back to some of our more traditional things like our PRT cram, where we see how many students we can fit in one PRT car. So we do have some diversity programs, like Jackie mentioned before. We have a playlist on Spotify if you want to check that out. We have a number of festivals, weeks that are dedicated to diversity. They do luncheons and surveys and programming. We have a live learning community for first generation students. We have different student organization groups that are dedicated to different groups on campus to help them unite, meet other people, and of course be successful on campus. So we are in the middle of doing some facility upgrades and I wanted to share with you guys. I just think this building is going to be awesome. We are getting a brand new business school. It's supposed to be done this January. Well, fingers crossed that everything goes as planned. It's going to have a number of opportunities for students to work and intern. They're going to have some great spaces for students to present their ideas. They're going to have some great spaces for students to study and network. So it looks like it's going to be absolutely gorgeous. And this is just one of the new things headed our way to our campus. We are also lucky enough to be getting a children's hospital, which is going to have 155 beds, 8 stories, and this will be completed at some point this year as well. This is going to be a great opportunity for not only Morgantown in general, but our medical students to get some firsthand experience if they're going to go down this route to work with children. So we're really excited about this, and we'll have more information to come as it finishes up and it's ready to open. So our housing opportunities on campus, we have 12 different housing options. They are mostly on the downtown campus and the Evansdale campus. They range in amenities and they range in cost a little bit and the location. You'll see that we also have live learning communities. So if you are a forensic and investigative science student and you want to live with other forensic and investigative science students who know the demand of the program, how much work there's going to be, that you need a little bit of extra quiet time, you can certainly live in a community with all students within that major. We have a number of majors up there, and then we also have regular housing available for students if they want to just pick their roommate and live with someone that they maybe know from home, or they want to meet someone through our housing portal and pick someone that way. So our housing goes live October 1st, and it's done on a first come, first served basis. So if you apply and you're admitted, you put your deposits down, you can actually go in and pick your housing. So you want to be in Borman Hall on floor 2, room 105A, and you can have your friend log in and be in 105B, and then boom, your roommates. So this is also on the website. You can click on any of the halls and then get an amenities chart, and then you can compare one to another to see which amenity is important for you. All right, Jack.
So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about our admissions process and our application process. So this year we are using a test optional process, but some students will be applying with test still, and we'll make that choice based on discussions with their regional recruiters like Cassie and I. So just to give you an idea of how it works. So we have, I'm going to kind of go to the bottom of the slide. So we have 3 items that are included on the to complete an application in a regular year. So first is the online application. The second part is the official standardized test scores from the College Board or ACT. And the third is our official transcripts or self-reported transcripts that include your senior year grade. So this is a normal, rolling admissions process. Make the decisions on a rolling basis. That means that we don't have early action, we don't have early decision process, and because we make a decision on a rolling basis, we can start rolling out our admissions offers as soon as we know if you're admitted or not. And so once you apply and have all of the things in that you need for your application, then we send a decision to you. Keep in mind that this year we will probably not begin to roll out decisions until we're thinking early October. It could be a little bit earlier, but because of the test optional piece that's new for us this year, I think it's going to be early October. We do not require essays and recommendations, and we do have 2 applications. You can fill out the WVU application or the Common App. We don't care which one you submit, but please don't submit both. Some students will start a Common Application for us, quit it, and then move over to the WVU app. We just ask that you finish out the application that you started so you don't have a duplicate record. I don't know how many of you may have taken the SAT or ACT, but if you are going to send those scores to us, we make it very easy if you haven't already included us on your score sending. Basically, you can just log into your SAT or ACT account, click on the dashboard where it says score report, and then you can download the PDF and send them over to us, and that will be official. So very easy to send test scores. If you don't want to pay that extra fee to do so, we'll be happy to take them through PDF. And so here comes the test optional admissions process. So this is new for us. We kind of just pivoted and started using the test optional piece. We were really hoping that we were going to be able to use test scores for admission because we always have, and historically it just, we like to use them along with the GPA. So our decisions are still going to be made on a rolling basis, and you will be prompted on the application if you would like to decide whether or not you would like to be test optional or not. And that's totally up to you. Again, we can help you walk through that, and we'll talk in a minute about the perks of, or pros and cons of test optional. There's really no cons to either, but select majors will require a test score for admission. So for example, our STEM heavy programs are going to require that you have either an SAT test or an ACT test score, or you take our math placement test to continue to be in that major. This is where it gets kind of tricky because, for example, if you look at our test optional information on the website, which some of it is available, it's not complete yet. Engineering has 3 tracks, for example, and we will allow students who don't have the test scores to meet the admissions policy for engineering to remain in something called general engineering until they try to take our math placement test. So we're trying to do basically what benefits the students most. And also keeping in mind that we want to place you where you need to be placed. The reason that we need to have scores or a placement test for math in some of these majors is due to the fact that we have math prerequisites. So we need to place you in the right math class, and then that would ultimately determine your time to graduation. However, the best part about our admissions process that really puts students, I guess, fears at ease on how they should apply is the fact that no matter what major you apply to, we will always automatically review your application for what we call an exploratory or an undecided major. And so if you say that you are interested in engineering, and due to the information that we have on hand, we're just not really sure if engineering would fit the bill for you, we will place you into the undecided major if you meet the requirements for the university. So that is definitely a perk. And then at the end of the day, because we're rolling admissions, you can continue to send us updates. Like if you end up taking the SAT or ACT in January because it's available, we'll consider that. Or if you increase your GPA throughout your senior year on your cumulative GPA on your transcript, we'll consider that and take a look at your application again. We would never rescind an offer if the test score, we saw a test score and it wasn't up to what we would normally use, and it's not a test optional year. We're not looking to do what doesn't benefit you. So there's a nice policy about that that we are pretty happy with, so that no students are afraid to bring the information to us so that we can make the best decision possible on how they should proceed. We do have some updates coming to our financial aid website regarding direct admissions information for each major and also for scholarship purposes. So that is just something to consider too. Scholarships will be different depending on test optional or not. So scholarships, Cassie, is the next slide the grid?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to use that probably just because I talked a little bit about it. Thank you. So this scholarship grid, if you look at it, you see GPAs on the left-hand side and SAT or ACT scores. These are the new scholarships for this upcoming year. And so you can find yourself on the chart where you sit right now if you have a test score. So if you have, your 3.5 and a 1060 or a 21, then that means that you're going to have $9,000 for an out-of-state scholarship. These are automatic. They are not competitive, which means that we are not selecting students from these from this grid or who fall wherever they fall on this grid. You see yourself on the grid. You're admitted to if you're admitted to WVU, then you can have this. We'll award the scholarship. This is going to be different for students who are completing the application test optional. So there will be a new grid presented on our website. Right now you can only find this grid, but within the next couple weeks we will have the new grid for GPAs that don't have the test scores involved. So there will be a pretty decent merit scholarship program for students who do not submit test scores to us. One of the things to keep in mind is that a couple of our departments just automatically stack scholarships on top of these, and that would only be if a student is submitting test scores at this point in time. So there are some pros to definitely submitting some test scores if you have them, and if they meet these scholarship levels. Just kind of keep that in mind. And again, a conversation to have with us because we want to make sure that you are maximizing on your award money. Cassie, do you have anything to add to that?
No, that's it.
Great.
All right, so if you guys are interested in learning more about WVU, we do have a number of virtual opportunities that you can definitely take advantage of. Our visitor center website has a program called Tour Guide Live. So if you haven't taken advantage of checking that out, definitely do it. You'll get to meet some students and they'll take you through that. We also have a virtual tour that you can do, and then information on our visitor center opening back up, which we're really excited about. We also will be doing high school virtual visits. So you can ask your counselor at your school for more information, or check back with us because we're constantly adding some stuff to our schedule. We also do Sign Up Genius calls. So if you wanted to chat with me, or if you're in Jackie's territory, you can certainly talk with her as well. You can bring all of your questions and concerns. We'll set up a time to chat, whatever works for both of us. And then we can talk about whether it's your GPA, your test scores, whether you're going to be able to test or not. We can go from there. We're also going to be doing a number of programs called Go First Friday. We're going to be doing things called Ask Us Anything through our campus-based staff. So there's a number of ways that you can learn more about WVU in the upcoming months. So with that being said, we have our website here. If you're interested in applying, or if you want to check out the virtual tour, you can certainly do that. And then that is my email address. I would encourage you to email me with any questions that you might have, whether it's I'm concerned about not testing, or are you going to be at my school? I'm happy to chat with you about anything that you need help with. Just keep in mind that my name is spelled with one S, so don't spell it incorrectly because I won't get your email. I know it's really common to see two S's, so I just like to point that out. And my last name is Smith, so it's super easy. So it's difficult and easy. So thank you for joining us, and if you need anything at all, let me know.
Just to add one last thing that we didn't include on the slide, which is if you attend Tour Guide Live, which I've just put in the chat box there, it's like Cassie said, it's a current student taking you on a virtual tour of campus through mostly a presentation. I'm hoping it'll be more live-y now that we're on campus. Maybe we're trying to come up with some creative things. But the point is you can get a fee waiver. So $50 application fee waiver for attending our Tour Guide Live session. So you don't have to pay the application fee, which is a nice, we usually offer that to students who visit campus, but since we don't have visitors right now, you can just visit virtually and get the $50 fee waived.
That sounds very worth it. And Cassandra, I had no idea that or Cassie, I had no idea that you had only one S. I feel like I've been spelling it wrong this whole time.
Oh, so everyone in my family spells it wrong, so I don't expect anyone else to spell it correctly. No problem.
All right. Thank you. This was great. And I hope that we can, have in-person meetings soon. I know you're right in New Jersey, right? So I know you normally are very local for students and accessible, and you've always been super communicative with me on email. So I appreciate that. I'm sure I'll probably bombard you with questions this year.
Happy to help.
Are amazing. I actually have never seen that chart, so I took a picture of it, and I'll definitely send it off to my students. I had no idea.
Awesome. And I can email it to you if you need like a better picture of it.
That'd be great.
Sure.
Right. I was just going to say, I always only find the chart by typing in Google WVU scholarship grid. Like that's how I find it. And
yeah.
Yeah. That is, perfect. I usually do that, but I didn't even know, I feel like I didn't even know that existed because not every school like publicizes it,
Right.
Oh yeah, definitely. We're like the most transparent admissions and scholarship process you'll come across probably. That's part of our land grant mission. So we're happy to be, that's who we are. Good.
Yeah.
Well, thanks so much. And if you have any students with any questions, just send them our way.
Awesome. Thank you. Have a good one.
All right. Thanks, Jenna.
Bye.